Hey folks, welcome back to another video. Over the weekend we had regionals in Gdansk and the top four was actually really interesting. We had two Golden Goes, a Marnie's Grimmsnarl, and in the finals we had Eevee Box. Probably its highest placing finish to date, piloted by the unbelievable Emma Hagen. She has been running this deck for a hot minute and actually having a lot of very impressive finishes with it. The second place being among them, but definitely she's had quite a few top finishes since this deck has kind of come out. So just a super impressive run and well deserved by her. So congratulations. Now let's take a look at the deck and kind of break it down a little bit. There are a lot of one-ofs, as you can see. This is a very varied deck, so it will put your prize checking skills to the test. This is a great one if you really want to ramp up your ability to do that. But because we've got just a very small 1/1 Eevee line, and then the two Flareons, one Leafeon, and then we've got just a one Pidgey, one Pidgeot, and one rare candy. So if you don't have all three of those pieces, you're not getting into Pidgeot in that game. But what's really cool is that you can kind of, if you want to play some mind games, even if you're missing the Pidgeot or the rare candy, you can still bench the Pidgey alongside your initial Hoot Hoot, and your opponent might take out the Pidgey instead, having that be a higher priority target over the Hoot Hoot, which leaves your Hoot Hoot up for the next turn. We've also got Wellspring. This is not like Plan A. What's cool about this deck is like Plan A is Flareon, okay? So for most situations, you're starting the game with Burning Charge, and you're using Burning Charge's insanely powerful effect to power up Pokemon because it lets you pick two basic energies and put them onto one Pokemon, including the Flareon EX. It doesn't even have to be a benched Pokemon. Kind of get yourself set up for subsequent turns. So that's Plan A. Plan A falls apart, you got Plan B. And against Stage 1 decks, Plan B can be Wellspring Ogerpon, where you're setting up for a Torrential Pump, trying to slow them down while you kind of get caught back up and overcome the deficit, whatever kept you out of getting into Flareon. And then you've also got Blood Moon Ursaluna as a potentially mid-game attacker. What we saw Emma do in some of the rounds was she would use the Burning Charge to then power up the Blood Moon Ursaluna, so that guy could get swinging pretty much right away, because 240 plus the black belt's 280. You're knocking out things like Golden Go and Ceruledge, so it can be good in some of those quicker matchups. And then you've also got the Trapagos, which is a great Terra attacker. You can power it up late game with the Glass Trumpet and an Energy Switch or an Attach for turn, and then use Briar, and you can close out and take your last three prize cards with the Terrapagos. That feels pretty good too. And then you've also got your Crispins to help power things up. You got two Boss's Orders, one Iono, one Cyrano. Cyrano's amazing because it helps you get into your Flareons, your Presendipities, your Latioses. This card is probably one of the ones that feels the best to have in your hand at any point in the game. Hilda is great for finding an energy, especially because we have two Jets to play around all of the retreat locking that's happening lately. So having that Hilda into Jet or Hilda into Flareon Jet, because you can go if you need Crystal and Eevee's on your bench and you don't want to get into Latios, you can go Noctowl for Crystal and Hilda, and then get Jet Energy and Flareon, and then Crystal, Jet, Flareon, Burning Charge. There are like so many different cool combos that you can do with this deck. Even Emma herself has said that she is still discovering lines that she had not seen before. So it's one of those, this deck has like almost no ceiling is how it feels. So it's difficult to pilot. You have to be thinking 2-3 turns ahead at all times. But if you can master this list, it can really take you very far. So it's insanely fun. It's really, really, really cool list. Carnelian for 280. I'm just gonna keep rattling off combos because I actually really like this deck a lot. Carnelian for 280 plus Black Belt's Training is 320. That knocks out Dragapult. That knocks out Gardevoir. Carnelian for 280 plus Gravity Mountain knocks out Gardevoir. Doesn't quite get Dragapult. You're off by 10. But the Garvando Mountain is really, really good in the Gardevoir. That feels amazing there. Let's see what else is in there. Leafeon, obviously, for your Dark Depths. It makes the Marnie's Grimmsnarl almost a free win. Really good in Charizard. If you can get into your Pidgeot and have quick search for yourself throughout the game, I mean, you just kind of feel unstoppable. Like, this deck falls apart when it can't Jewel Seeker, but if you have that Pidgeot so you can just quick search like every single turn and just get exactly what you need, there's like almost nothing that can slow you down at that point. But yeah, you just have to just keep setting up. When you use Jewel Seeker, you're not just thinking about the turn that you're currently on. You have to also be thinking about, how can I set myself up for next turn? Because if you don't, then you're going to get into next turn and realize you don't have a plan and you don't have the pieces that you need. So you really have to be forward thinking when you're playing this list. So, but that's an amazing skill to kind of pick up in the Pokemon TCG. So if that's something that you've been wanting to develop, this would be a great kind of brute force way to do it. Because if you don't, you're going to have a bad time. But it's an amazingly fun list. Let's see the cards that I'm covering up. We've got, whoops. We've got 1 Sparkling Crystal and 2 Area Zero Underdepths are the cards that I'm covering up there. But the list will be down in the description below. If you have any questions, please reach out in the comments. If you want a more in-depth guide by Emma herself, she has a Metafy guide on this list, and I think it's super reasonable. It's like $5. Like, it's super cheap. So go look her up on Metafy, support her there, give her a shout out for doing so well at Gdansk. But that's enough yapping. Let's just jump into some games and kind of see how this list looks. My name's Jared. I'll be your gameplay nurse today. Okay, we got Teal Mask, Ogerpon, and let's see what's available to us. We got our Fan Rotom on our first turn, which is always a good sign. Got Crystal. Where is all our energy? Oh my goodness. Okay. That's a little scary, but sure it'll be all right. We got 2 fire. That's all we need. Okay. Let's fan call up. Hoot Hoot, Eevee, Pidgey. We got the Noctowl in hand, so I kind of like this. You had all the rare candy and everything. Okay. Hoot Hoot, Pidgey. Let's just attach here. And I just want to get one more Hooter. Yeah, we'll be good there. Wonder if that attach ever hurts us. Okay. Flareon is great into Teal Mask Ogerpon, so getting cooking here would hopefully work out in our favor. Hey, look, there he is. Ooh, and we got the Ultra Ball candy. Okay. Ultra Ball candy. Get the Pidgeot. We need our stadium. Need another energy too. Okay, so we can. Ultra Ball away, Night Stretcher. Ooh, okay. Ultra Ball away that. Pretty good. Just get rid of these 2. And grab Pidgeot. Candy into Pidgeot. I don't want to just quick search for a Noctowl here and then get Area Zero. And Crystal's not great, maybe? We have Hilda? No. I would love a Hilda. I guess we just go for Crispin. Because we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's 210. So that's enough for knockout. Crispin and 0. Do I have? Uh-oh. That's the other thing to consider. We don't really... maybe we should be... But I kind of want to get... We could go water, fire... And then we'll probably get some energy off the prizes here. Yeah, I think we're just going to pretend that this is going to work out great for us. And be down for 210. Everything is going to be really good after these prizes. Okay. It's not too bad. They take a revenge knockout here. We can fez. Get some more yams. And then we'll be kind of good after that, right? Everything will be fine. Everything will be just fine. This is... Okay. Dang, they got us with the... They got us with the stadium. We're good here. Okay, now we kind of need them to knock out Trapagos. I don't really want him anymore. Oh, we do have the quick search still too. Okay, yeah, we're chilling. We're big chilling. We got quick search. Like, we're fine. We're fine. You're gonna Badoo me here? Oh my goodness, Badoo with Jet? Oh shoot, okay. Maybe Travagos can just hang out in the active for a little bit then. Although, I do kind of like using the burning charge to set up other Pokemon here. Let's see, I know we have a Jet, so we could kind of do what they're doing. And Jet up and then get... What energy do we even have left? Just one fire. Okay, so maybe it's not even worth it. Okay, because we've got... We go water here. Okay, what else would we possibly want then? Yan... They... Just Gravity Mountain, just get rid of their stadium, just stadium bump them again. Just kind of try to slow down their Venusaur a little bit longer. And just take another knockout. Although them getting into Venusaur is kind of good for us at this point, because we can just Arnelian them. This deck has so many options, it's easy to become kind of paralyzed by what to do. What we're doing right here is kind of off script, I guess you could say. a lot of times you're wanting to burning charge early in the game for your knockouts. Like if we had a way to get into Flareon to swing into the Teal Mask instead of Terapagos there, that would have been much preferred. We just didn't quite have that option available to us. But so we had to pivot a little bit, which is great because, you know, if plan A doesn't work out, this deck has plan B, has plan C. So that usually feels really good. My Fez! Okay. Buzzing boost. Only 3. Is it 3? I thought it was 4. I guess it's just 3. Got Cyclone for 210. Not bad. Does he get to go? No, you just moved the energy. Couldn't remember if like they got to go back to the bench or not. They are just out of burning charge range, so that's a bit annoying. But we got Crystal available, so we can just Carnelian them. Okay. Where are they moving that energy, though? Maybe to Mew? Mew kind of makes the most sense. Because then they could revenge Carnelian me. Got Cyclone. Okay. Where are they putting it? Still have like none of our energy, which is crazy. To the Mew, yeah. That's what I would have done. Very smart. Where is this deck? Okay. They're down to 4. So not quite Briar material. Whoa, calm down. Flareon, where you going? You got a job to do, buddy. Alright, Jewel Seeker's available. I mean, we can pretty much just close this game out with Bear at this point. I think we could just Carnelian here. Since we're not quite in burning charge range. And then we've still got Jet. We've got Bear available to us. I don't think they have a way to take forward prize cards this next turn. We're likely still sitting pretty good. I could Jewel Seeker for boss and like take out their Heal Mask instead, just get some energy off the board. Although then they could push this. No, they'd have to push it. They push the Mew and then retreat into this to get more energy, so that doesn't make like a ton of sense. Oh, it's not even. I just assumed it would be Fire Week. It's Lightning Week because it's flying. Okay. Sure, whatever you gotta do, man. We'll save that for Bear, potentially. Okay. Now let's take it out. And we can pretty much just Bear boss anything. There's Hilda. I needed you a while ago, buddy. Not too bad, though. Doing okay. Nesto. Oh, the Giggy. Uh-oh. They gonna be able to get into Venusaur here? Not the Giggy. Not really sure what play they could still have. Looking a little grim. Yeah, I don't think they have an attacker that has over 240 HP. They might not even have the, yeah, they don't even get to get into the Venusaur this game. Looks like this just kind of slowed them down a bit. That's okay. They've done all they can at this point. Go down to 2 there. And we got ourselves out of potential Briar range. I don't know if they play Briar, but you're hitting for 150. I think we can just... Now we, yeah, we would still need a quick search or something. Yeah, let's just get the bear. We'll just keep it simple. Keep it super simple. Retreat into bear. Punch for 240. Not too bad. Good game, friend. Good game. Okay, looking like a Gardevoir match. We got into a Buddy Buddy Poffin, which we will always be happy about. Prize check real quick. Got our Pidgeot, Rare Candy, Crystal, decent amount of energy, Water Fire prized. Okay. Ring is here. Not too bad. Let's stand call. Get Hoot Hoot. Pidgey Noctowl. Happy with that. And then in case we get Iono'd here because we just pulled a Noctowl out, let's just get into Flareon right away. And then we're kind of big chillin'. That is about as good of a setup as you can get, really. See what their response is. Against Gardevoir, Wellspring is of course great. Looking like we might have trouble getting into Wellspring this turn. So Burning Charge, getting a Pidgeot in play is not a bad alternative. We can look to, let's see, off of this Jewel Seeker, we can maybe get Area 0 and oh, we could go for the Pidgeot setup too. So we could go Candy into Pidgeot. Go Candy Ultra Ball, then Pidgeot for a Fire Energy, and then Burning Charge onto ourselves this turn. Then maybe next turn we can get the Area 0 set up and look to start powering up a second attacker as well. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Just trying to think if there's anything that would change that for us, but probably not. Because we would need to top deck way too much at this point for a water pond play to be worthwhile. So, I don't think overreaching at this point is really going to be helpful to us. So let's just do what we said we would. I don't want to throw away Gravity Mountain because it's so good into this matchup. But let's grab that Candy Ball. Good there. You can toss Ursaluna and Counter Catcher. Grab a Flareon. Nope. Oof. Woof. That was a close one. Grab a Pidgeot. Get into Pidgeot here. And let's quick search for... I think the problem is that We prize the other water. So if we burning charge here, we have nothing to set up, which feels really bad. But I don't have a way to fix that, I don't think. Unless I Pidgeot for another knocked owl. Which we might do, and then we could Dual Seeker, get Crystal and Nest Ball for their Eevee. And Crystal. Fire and Grass. Not great. We could attach the water though. And then get the fire on there. Hopefully we pull something else out of. I don't know what other attacker we could possibly set up. Maybe Rapagos, but that doesn't feel great. Could maybe go for the water pond still. I think we have too much to quick search for at this point. Okay, we crystal, water, burning charge. We apologize to our opponent for taking so dang long. And let's just fire to active, and we can maybe boss Mountain a Gardevoir next turn. Okay. Whew, we did the best with what we had. Hopefully they don't confuse us here. I don't really want that. But I think that's the one of the correcter plays that we could have made. Water Pond doesn't work, ever. Not with our prizes. We do get Candy Gardevoir here, so Quick Search Boss is on the table. I don't know what they attack with, though, at this point. Hopefully they don't Iono us. Was a bummer to use both. Okay. What are you gonna Scream Tail, though? Dang it. I needed that to not happen. That's okay. We'll draw boss here. What are they Scream Tailing? Maybe they'll punch us with Gardevoir and then we can just quick search for Black Belt. That would be fun. See, how much energy do they even... Oh, they got all of it in the discard, actually. So they don't have knockout, right? The most they can hit for is 250. Okay. Maybe they just go for punch and then they clean up with monkeys afterwards. That could be... It's kind of a classic Guardy play, but so is Mind Bend. Also another Guardy classic. They Mind Bend. We could jet up the... Nope, they're going to go for the Miracle Force. Cool. It's not like amazing for us. Not the worst thing either. I need to think about my next attacker too. Let's see. So we'll go down to 3 prizes. They're not going to try to screamtail that, are they? You can't be doing all of that. Don't retreat, buddy. Don't retreat. It won't work. No, you can't. It doesn't work. You hate to see it. I mean, I get it. It's a very tempting play. Definitely, this has happened to me playing in real life too, where someone's tried to screamtail one of my benched Terra Pokemon, and it's just like, nah. Nope. Doesn't work like that, bucko. Bet we don't have a monkey. That would be sick. And... Womp womp. Okay, so I guess we Burning Charge again then? Dude, all these Hoot Hoots and no bench space. Okay, I think we... Okay, good game, good game.